Welcome, folks. Here today, I have Nick Smith, the Nick Smith, the one and only.
What's up, Matt?
I don't know if you guys know about Nick Smith, but you need to come correct and check out his resume. Just YouTube this cat. Beautiful playing, man. You are. I mean, since you were 13, that's when you were on. That's when I first saw you on Gospel Chops 2.
Okay.
And it was like
The video or the DVD?
the DVD, man.
Okay.
I was old school.
Okay.
I was
Because I was
with
12
it.
when we did the video. I was 13 when we did the DVD.
Yep. That's
That
when I
was so
saw you.
fun.
Yeah, I saw both, but I mean, he was. You should see it. He was crushing back then. It was like, yo, what? How can a kid have this much chops? But, yeah. Then I think Frank Fluker and Jan Hunter were like, yo, check out this cat that's coming to Berklee next semester. And I was like, who's this cat? You know, who is this? And they're like, Nick Smith. And you had some videos produced, I think, in your garage or something with Ron Allen. And it was just pure fire. It was like soul crushing a little bit. It was inspiring, but at the same time, you know, you're like, dang, it's not enough. The time I'm putting in, it's not enough.
Man,
So,
I don't know about all that, Matt.
yes.
You was
yes.
already whooping.
Woo! And, you know, I think we were shedding 10 years ago.
Yes, sir.
A lot when I first came to LA.
That's when I got the opportunity. Now, I got the first opportunity when you came back to Boston. And it was you, Justin Tyson, Frank, and myself. And was it at 150?
Oh, really?
It was one of those, it was one of the classrooms.
Yeah.
It was either you or Justin Tyson. I think it was you.
Really? Dang, man.
Nah.
I don't know.
I met you at a shed out here,
I think so. I think
and we was far too, like Ontario or something.
Yeah. I forget what it was, but I don't know, man.
I
There were
remember the
several
moment.
times, and like, there was a few years ago, we were shedding too with Luke Holland and like Elmo and Q came out,
Yeah.
and you were crushing. It was just like, god dang. And you're like, yeah, man, I haven't been playing that much, man. I haven't played in like, I don't know, weeks or something. I'm like, what? Like, that's you're lying. No way.
No. I live life, and I let God speak through me. You know, when we were younger, like those garage days, it was a lot of practicing going on at that time.
Yeah.
So when you kind of spend that time breaking down how you understand or just, you know, how you feel through music. And every time, you know, so every time we play, it's always practicing technically.
Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to change my mindset to that.
Yeah.
Because you can get caught up in like, you know, you're building patterns. You're
Right.
building patterns of behavior.
Right.
And when you're constantly thinking, oh, I'm practicing and I'm not playing yet, then you're constantly in a flux of trying to become rather than just being.
Right.
And also like you repeat things more, you vary things less. And whereas when you're actually playing, you're going through a lot of different arcs and phases, and you just gotta like, if there's some sort of flub or some sort of thing, you just gotta like kind of plow through it and just like get to the other side, you know, just you gotta have like some sort of vision forward,
Yep.
you know, and break through. Whereas like in your practice, you can just slow down. And that's part of my issues. I'd be just slowing down and like taking things, staying in my comfort zone a little too much.
Okay. I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel like it's pluses to, you know, both scenarios.
Yeah.
And it always comes to our mindset. Because slowing it down is helpful when it's time to speed it up. Let's be
yeah.
honest, you play some
Yeah.
complex music, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to slow this down. and I need sectional rehearsal, so I'm by myself until
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Right.
Because hold on, like odd tempos and meters and yeah, we're gonna slow some things down, but
It's like an obstacle course.
yeah. And then let me get familiar with what's going on. Then we can speed it up. But then it gets to a point where every time you're playing, if you're in a mode of, I'm still gonna push myself. Even if it's a song I've already played before, technically you're practicing a new way of approaching it or getting through it, that plowing.
Yeah.
Getting through that other side of the vision where it's like, okay, the music feels a certain way. That don't necessarily mean I gotta play at the same time every time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's allowing yourself to be like open.
Right. In the moment.
Yes.
With the music. This is same chords, same keys, but it's a new day. I
Yeah.
feel a different way. I may hear the 808 today. I may hear the melody tomorrow. I may hear the guitar tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And sometimes it's just like I'm playing the same thing, but like feeling a certain way, like coming off a stack or something. Like it's like, yeah, it's like I don't look the same. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, yeah.
And it's like I tend to think like when I see you play, I see a way that you're snapping where you're like, I could tell you're full send. You know what I'm saying? And you have joy of just being able to play the freaking drums. You're not like, all right, I'm going through the motions. Like I don't see that. And maybe that's what you're talking about is like, you know, yeah, you have more space and time to away from your instrument to where whenever you come back to it, you appreciate it more and you're fully there. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm so glad to be reunited with my music and drums, you know?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Nah, that, especially as of lately, you know, when you get older and you think certain, certain trends as far as maybe your circle of people or, you know, just different aspirations. But you can never take for granted the gift of any gift that's connected to universal language. I think that's the most important part I feel about myself as far as like I've recognized super, super low moments in my life. It wasn't enough output of the inner creativity. So it's like my natural heartbeat, something wasn't right if I wasn't still sure my limbs can do what I thought. You know what I'm saying? Or if you ain't got enough reps on your production, or you ain't got enough reps on your vocal training, you're missing something. And it's that therapy that comes through like the ability to do it. You know, so every time you do it, it's like, man, thank you God. I don't care if it's just Thursday night rehearsal with the church band. Let's see how fun we can make playing communion music or offering tunes. Like,
yes.
Let's see you know what I mean? Like, how can it sound like a record? Can we still get off something and it still sound like a record, something that you want to replay on YouTube or, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of church, I've talked about it on some podcasts that I've been on, but like, I want to hear from you. Like, was that a huge part of your development?
Absolutely.
And like, what did it do for you? What aside from just like, okay, I got gospel chops out of it, you know what I'm saying?
And I don't like that term because people don't understand that gospel is the good news and chops are improv. So if you break down the words, what are you really saying? Does that really exist, or is it called gospel chops because you heard it in church? Because the reflection of what we playing is our relationship with God. And that's what I learned. It was the spiritual awareness of it being more than just these little things we can see. It's like, how do you help the flow of the spirit? How can you read when somebody wants to worship and wants to give their all, or they're on the brinks or a crossroad, or how to follow the minister if they want to push, and if the people need to sit down, if they need to settle, if we've been going too long and the cymbals is tingling for too loud and it's awareness.
Yeah.
You know, and
being a part, like communal. It's very you're a part. You're a cog in the wheel, and you're supposed to leave your ego back. And I feel like religion's a beautiful way to do that. Specifically, thinking, okay, God is like the unifying force within each one of us, and that's what we're getting in touch with.
Yes.
Therefore, it's now eliminating, or at least making more transparent.
Yes, it is all of us.
Yeah,
it is not
ourselves.
just me. It is not just one of us. It's all of us.
Yeah.
And that, you know, and being young, you really like being older now. It's amazing to to know that our parents knew that even in the amount that they didn't know, that, okay, look, if they got this kind of talent, this needs to remain their outlets. Because if this is how else do we prevent them from becoming a product of their environment? You know, if you're watching people get robbed and you're watching people die and you're watching all these different things that have nothing to do with the creative outlet of fun or just inner gift that we didn't ask when we were born. We didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
So to have it means that we need to be nourishing it and being diligent with it.
Yeah, the positive, nourishing the positive.
Yes, sir.
And that, like, I think we're all, to some degree, a product of our environment. But it's like, you know, you're a product of your environment, but like you had the church, you had that positive thing in your life that the community was like, this is extremely important. And therefore there was all this energy and focus put into it.
Yep.
And like, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Like you reap what you sow. Like those are the seeds you sow, and that's how it grows. So like, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that more and more as I get older. But yeah, like, I don't know. I've been kind of more like analytical with like gospel chops and stuff. But like, definitely there's something to the spirit.
That's it, bro.
Like, dude,
That's
you
it.
can't ignore. It's like, how are they playing like this? How's it, dude? Faith. I'm gonna just straight up say faith.
And
like,
gratitude.
You have to be able to like let go of all of your concerns and anxiety and crippling.
Come on, let the spirit move through you.
Yes, the positive, the
I'm
good.
not gonna always have an answer for everything I play.
Yep.
How?
You know what? It's like you allow your subconscious to take over, and we are mostly subconscious if you think about it. Like you've lived your whole life, and that's this. And then what are you now? Your conscious is this tiny little thing in this moment, and that's your whole life. Is just this thing scanning across your whole life. It's like no, you have this enormous past, and everything from it, like counts. Like the good and the bad. I think that's why it's so important that we're trying to be good people and trying to sow good seeds, is because we're in essence trying to purify our existence and our impact on the world. And yeah, that you let your subconscious take over, and that's so much more massive. And like, you have to shut that filter down to some degree, and like you said, let God speak through you, let it flow through you, like let it, just don't get in the way.
Yes, bro.
Don't get in your own way.
Yes, bro. And then when you tap into the soul of it, you know how to navigate with it. You know how to be navigated by it, per se.
Yes.
As it's going
You're
along.
in tune with it.
Yes, bro.
Yes.
So now now your conscious has submitted to your subconscious, and your subconscious is in tune with the soul. Now it's a whole orchestra within. So you know what's going on around you.
Yeah.
And us being on, sitting on the when we play drums, a lot of people don't understand. Most of your greatest drummers are, the ones you really like to hear are the ones that can hear beyond their seat, beyond their instrument.
Yeah.
When you can take we can play all these feels, but what happens? How much more fun is it when you and the bass player take the same gap and play the same pocket, the same pattern?
Yeah.
And it's like, ooh, we was thinking the same thing at the same time.
That's hit me real hard before.
That's better than all eyes
on just me. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like, it's a us thing. It's always a us thing. I hated soloing. I've always hated soloing.
I think to some degree, really.
Yes.
But like, it can elevate the music so much, man. And it is a gift that you have that ability. And it's got to be nurtured. But like, I think like, the best players are not just thinking about, I'm like what I'm trying to do now in this moment, what I can do. But like, what does the music require? And they're almost listening. They're more the listener than just the player, where they're listening ahead, and it's almost like the future of what's going to be played is speaking to them now.
And while all at the same time, what does the music, what is missing that we have?
Yeah.
Okay, there's no rise symbol at the last chorus, so maybe we should go there.
Yeah.
Just hearing differently as far as like letting the music dictate and tell you, hey, yeah, we need this, we need that, we need this.
Yeah.
And being able to hear around like, well, y'all said the pattern is just this on the hi-hat, and it's like, well, a live drummer is here to embellish and add to what was on the record.
Yeah.
Properly.
Yeah. And you can analyze this stuff, and I've done probably way too much fucking analyzing to where it starts to fuck with your head, man, and mess with your ability to just get back to your roots. So like it's like a danger, It's like when you have incredible ability to rationalize, like say in a discussion or something, you are so equipped to articulate yourself on any subject to any degree that you could actually end up anywhere in the conversation. You could actually end up taking any position because you're that freaking good at like analyzing and then justifying afterwards. But I think a lot of times what we don't realize in doing that and saying, oh, I'm a rational being, I'm making rational statements, is like not always, because you cannot take the rationale out completely away from the emotion. You cannot take the emotion out of a human being entirely. So you're always going to have that. And a lot of times people don't realize it is the impetus for them. Their emotional, like people's emotional baselines, like their temperaments, like their political alignment has to do with their temperaments a lot of times.
Facts.
Like it's like, you know what I'm saying?
They're
So
parallels.
Like we don't realize that this stuff is
hand in hand.
Impacting us in that way,
Right.
But it is,
Right.
So like,
My mom told me that too, like something similar to that nature, where it's like she was always able to identify what type of people the different musicians were based on how they played. Like if they overplayed, she knew they talked too much. If they played loud, she knew they were loud and rambunctious. If they were mild-tempered, they were a little bit more trustworthy. You just different.
Yeah, I feel like I can be more like I'm a wider spectrum. Like when I first start playing with people, I want to be respectful. It's like when I first meet somebody, I'm more quiet. I'm more like a little bit more reserved.
Before I just come in talking about what I'm gonna do.
Yep.
Like, hold on, man.
It's like a respect, almost like a respect thing, or like a, like, hey, like when you first meet like a dog on the street or something, it's like you're not gonna be like, hey, what's up, buddy? You're my best friend. It's like,
come here. They like, huh?
They're like,
and
I don't trust you. And that's what you're kind of trying to do whenever you're like playing with musicians. You're trying to be like, you're trying to feel out and be like, okay, what do we got going on here? Let's. Because, there are a lot of selfish cats out there that they only care about playing their shit, and they will play over it. They'll step on everybody's feet. They don't give two shits about that. And, like, that's just not something that I found attractive, like, ever. Because, like, I don't know. I could mention some cats' names, but I'm not gonna because. But like, they're examples of like, hey, like there's a degree where it's like you are disrespecting not only the people that you're playing with, but the music itself
and the people you're playing for.
Yeah.
If we're by ourselves, then it's different. I can go for it because we're by ourselves.
Yeah.
But lady in the front, she don't know. Now she don't even know what a groove is no more. Or such and such that was bobbing, that was feeling good getting a drink. They like, if it ain't beyond spectacular, you don't want to take them away from feeling in tune.
Watch the mic,
Feeling in tune and being in rhythm as a collective.
Yeah.
That's what you don't want to sacrifice the groove or the music or the people, bro. It's the people, bro.
Yeah.
It's the people.
And you can feel the crowd whenever they react to something. Like last night we were playing up in Paso Robles, and there's this one spot in Red Miso where we're like going like for like, I don't know, like 20 seconds or something, then bam, and like in that spot, in that little space
Of that gap.
yep, the people were like, oh yeah, and it was like oh. After that, I was like, yes. Like, it just like
We are
you
together.
Feel, yes, you
Yes.
feel it. Like they're with you, you know, and you're a whole.
Come on, bro.
But like, I want to also say this: like, there's some people out there that are like, yo, pocket, you got to play the pocket. You can't fuck up somebody who's dancing or enjoying it. And it's like, well, I play in a band that's like playing some other shit.
Pocket is chopping.
It's not just that. Like, it's like some mind expanding shit where it's like, you know, art is not just, it's not limited, right? So you can be like, okay, we're trying to like expand. It's almost like whenever you're living life and there's these patterns that are recurring, you can't calculate like your own bio rhythms. Like they're happening, but like, are you like, oh well, today I'm
Right.
peaking in this certain bio rhythm? I know there's like several of them. There's like your hormones. There's like also like your brain function too. Like sometimes they all peak together.
And your heart
But,
being
like-
10 times stronger than your brain.
Yeah.
It's like all kind of rhythms. Like it's called a heartbeat.
Yes. But like, I guess what I'm saying is like, that's a very cool aspect of music to me, is that it's like almost like an enigma or like a riddle unfolding, like where it's some weird rhythm where it's like, oh, I can see there's some structure here and it doesn't feel random. I can tell there's something and then it aligns and then that's whenever it hits and it's like, this is like a magic trick when the rabbit's pulled out of the hat or something.
Yeah.
Like I like that. I'm giving that experience to people who are like multi-dimensions where it's not just, because I feel like sometimes, you know, we can like just simplify things to like, okay, does it groove? And like, is it a song with like, you know, is it a song people can sing? And it's
Man.
like, that's the, sometimes I feel like that's the lowest common denominator. And like, we need music to be more than that. Like we can't let ourselves relapse
Limit
to where
that part.
Yeah.
And even limit the consumer or the listener to top 40s, top 10s.
Yeah.
Some of them don't care like that. Like some of them want to hear that progressive. Like they want to hear that. And we shouldn't be cutting off.
We as a society need
Come on, man.
we need to like nourish that and be
on.
like, hey, like there's another side to artful music. It's not just about, because like nowadays everything's produced. It's just like, it's a formula, and people don't even write their own songs. These pop artists, man, they literally, somebody else is writing them, so they're not good songwriters.
Right.
They're auto-tuned. They got producers making all the music parts. So what? They're just a singer that can't sing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
Why the entire
are
band has to know how to play their instrument.
Exactly, and they getting paid like fractions
Yeah.
of a
You can have
penny.
the crumbs.
Yeah, and like
No.
meanwhile they're like oodles rich. I mean, it's not a meritocracy. I get that, but like I kind of wish it was to some degree, to where it's like, you know, I don't know. Yeah, gripes.
Yeah.
I've got a few gripes.
Okay.
With the music industry.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah. But okay. What's going on? And actually I got a deep question for you.
Okay.
I worded it real good here.
Okay.
So all right. How would you describe the type of goals that you find are worthy of pursuing and achieving?
Say that one more time.
How would you describe the type of goals that you find are worthy of pursuing and achieving?
First, I have to start with destiny, like will of God, and fulfillment of our existence.
And how do we know what that is?
If what we're thinking or trying makes us better, then it's worth it. If what we're doing makes us better, once we get it done, it's worth doing.
Not just feel better,
No,
right?
no, 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 no.
If you're
No,
just
no.
trying to pursue happiness,
No, no, no.
So what does it mean if it makes us better?
If it's enlightening and it puts a broader perspective to life for you, to where you can understand it at a deeper depth, where you can be more impactful for others to have a better quality of life, it is worth it.
So like harmony within yourself and your environment or something like that.
And alignment, yeah, like just,
Yeah.
Like I don't want to do something just because not every decision I make, let's just be honest. Every decision we make is not just based on like whether I'm gonna feel good about it. Like people that are parents don't just take care of their kids because they gonna feel good about it. They don't just feed their dogs because they're gonna feel good about it.
It's a sense of duty.
It's making us better. I can't be the one crying over what's not here if I didn't pour into it. I can't be mad my dog didn't make it or such and such didn't make it if we are not pouring into the betterment of them actually being fulfilled in their own existence so that they can even be of a greater service to their neighbor.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what it is, and I think that can come in multiple forms. I don't think that's just music. I feel like people just being in their element and being all the way committed and in love with it, helps us learn how life has multiple angles, but similar, principles and patterns to...
Yeah. I definitely feel like when I was making the decision or when it felt like it was just like a snap decision for me when I was like 14 or 15. I was like, I'm going to go full send on this. This is what I want to do. I'm looking around at everything else in my life and I'm like, this is the one thing that I think like where I could make a difference in what it's calling to me in such a big way that like I dropped
feel bad if
everything
you don't do it.
for it, Like I went full send on it and I was in tune with something and that drove me like big time.
Yeah.
So I think I understand what you're saying, but it's also like, yeah, I feel like sometimes the environment that you're in is like, you're not fully in sync with the environment. And it's like the environment is telling you that you're not supposed to do this thing, but you're like, I feel and know that I'm supposed to be doing this thing, but things aren't happening. And it's like, to some degree, I feel like I had Asperger's or something where I'm just like not here, or just tunnel vision where I'm just like, I wasn't taking no for an answer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's when you have an encounter with God and you can distinguish who's in tune and who ain't.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me something I can do naturally that genuinely brings me joy is something I should not be doing. I wish you would.
Yeah. Come try.
That's what, you know what I mean? Like,
yes, I do.
and everybody's circumstances is different, bro. You know what I'm saying? But bro, when you have that encounter with God and you get that confirmation for yourself,
Yeah.
where you don't need somebody else to tell you, yeah, this is what you should be doing because you're doing it.
Yeah, you have that epiphany, you have that moment of clarity, the clouds part.
Come on, keep that going. That is why we are here. That is where we came from.
Yeah.
To there we go back.
Yeah. As above and so below.
Thank you.
All right. What else? Okay. You've got some dope ass tie dye, and I want to get me some.
Okay.
All right. You said you got some purple stuff on the way.
I got a nice rich purple coming in the holiday season. And
Can you earmark one of those for me?
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? I'll pay for it.
No,
I'll pay double if
you just send us your address And you got a care package on the way. Because if you like tie-dyes, I'm not going to just give you, you're not going to just have the purple one. Because if you like tie-dyes, you're going to know how to make all of them work. And I'm not going to, I'm not putting a logo on a tie-dye I don't like.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you see my recent videos, but like I'm an all tie-dye. It's like full tie-dye, bro.
Okay. So you might need a hoodie and a pair of shorts.
Yes.
Do you rock tie-dye shorts, or you rather the tie-dye?
I'm usually a pants guy, but like, dude, I could definitely I need shorts. Okay. It's a problem for me right now. Okay. It's like,
and
I can't.
In that leg, you gotta have your, that gotta be in the trunk just like the hoodie.
Yes.
Just in case you feel like going to the beach.
Yes.
But you gotta show in a couple hours, you never know.
Yes. So where do we find this? My 24,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yes, sir. My 24 is short for maximize your 24. Yeah. Just a challenge, for people to really, really tap into the luxury of the privilege of life. Like a lot of people get so caught up on the hamster wheel and what, society is talking about is important, that they forget the other things that they have time for that are important to them. And so how to become more in tune is really the brand concept of your time and how to best utilize it to make sure that you're becoming what you're destined to be.
Yeah.
Maximize your 24. My 24 Global is the Instagram. My24merch.com is the website. And,
so it's not just grind the entire 24.
No,
it's like,
sir.
It's a spiritual thing too.
How about meditation? So that when you get to your grind, you're in the right state of mind.
Yeah. So you're more effective.
Thank you.
That's not just like productive, because I feel like we can be productive and like I can make videos all day and it's not really what I want to be playing or doing. So
you
like
said playing first. Exactly.
So like you have to be in tune with what you really want. I mean, if you know exactly, like I didn't know what style of music I wanted to play. And now I kind of realize, it's because I don't really like styles. I like fusion. Boom. I like
when
mixing it all.
When you can play multiples, why would I limit myself?
Right. But like people who know like this is the genre I want to go and this is what I want to do, they're more effective if that's all they got. If they don't got to learn double bass and jazz.
True. They spend all their time. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I've been meditating lately.
Great.
And it's like pretty huge, especially like first thing in the morning. Instead of being on the phone first thing and like scrolling, it's like, nah, like.
My phone can no longer dictate my mood, tempo, pace, nothing of my day. I'm going straight to God. If I'm on my phone, it's devotion. It's devotion.
It's what?
Devotion.
Devotion.
Absolutely. Give me the word. If I got an obstacle, if I got a problem, or if I'm celebrating, all you need is in the word. At least a starting point of how to view your day and have some gratitude for the fact that you're here and how to not overlook your gifts, and how to be present. Because like you can the ability to even think about people that are in a worse situation than you is enough to go into anything you give your commitment to with the right attitude.
It's hard to be grateful. It's way more challenging than being ungrateful. And it's way more rewarding because like you realize what you have.
Bruh, it's actually easy, but it's so many things that have been created that distract us from that simplicity of just being able to open our eyes, blink, and be like, can I feel my toes? Can I feel my hands? What? I could stretch. I could walk to the bathroom and brush my teeth, wash my face. I could make a meal, or I could use the restroom. Just regular stuff. Some people don't have legs. Some people don't have arms. Like some people can't hear. Some people can't.
Some people don't have brains. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just playing.
No, yeah. He telling the truth though. You feel me? Some people just, they ain't found their own switch yet. But
all right. What's new in your world, man? What do you got coming up?
Ooh, well,
what's upcoming?
We have music. We have original music coming. We got some more drum instrumentals and educationals coming. Not too much like, we probably need to link on like kind of breaking some stuff down.
I'd love to. Yeah.
We should do that.
Yeah.
And cause I'm seeing in the community a lot of people can play, but they can't hear. So it's like getting them to that point. You know what I'm saying? Don't learn our chops on how we played the song. Learn the song.
Yeah.
And then play your own chops to the song.
Yep.
And so I want to do stuff.
Find your own way.
Yes, sir. That finding your voice. Original music. Utilizing the ability to communicate through all forms of musical language, not just music, but voice as well. Building a brand. Spreading awareness. Family, just growing up, bro. Just becoming just getting on my, maximizing my 24. You know what I'm saying? Leaving a legacy, man. Yeah, you feel me? I gotta finish this. This was my very first tat.
Yeah.
I gotta finish this, but my boy at least wrote all the words. All the letters.
Yeah.
But now this 24 gotta like turn into like either a clock over here or like over here or something. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. This is my creative hand. No, this is my justice hand, and this is my creative hand.
Ooh. What's this say? Stay true.
Stay true. With 100. The 100 emoji? Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, when you say we got some new music coming, who is that?
Everybody that's helping me put it together.
Yeah.
I say we because, I do a lot by myself, but not all of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I feel you. Yeah. A lot of people these days, it's like they need help.
Mm-hmm. We all do.
And yeah, we all do. And like we want to pretend like we don't, but we can't be. Some people are really good at like doing everything, but it's so rare. Yeah.
Yep.
I feel you.
That's where we at, Matt.
Yeah.
Setting up tours,
So these tracks that you've played to in the past, I just started like looking them up because I'm like, yo, I don't know if you've seen Glut or the John Witt track Quest that you played to. Some of these Rise, they're pretty sick.
Thank you.
I was looking up like where can I find these tracks? They're on Spotify.
They
right?
are now, yes.
Yep, Nick Smith Global.
Yes, sir. I had to work out some distribution and had to and even gave a bonus because they were available a few years ago, and now to bring them back out. Some of the songs that I played on the Cosmic DVD are also now available for play along.
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah, bro.
I got that DVD.
Good. I'm glad. It's time for another one.
Yeah.
They need an update.
We do. We want one.
Yeah,
we need one.
Let's get it.
Yes.
Let's get it.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you for your presence.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the wisdom, the chats. Check out Nick Smith.
Come on, Matt.
He's the man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah. Hey, man, I appreciate like getting the shed with you. Like, there's few cats that are really like not just looking to take your head off in the shed and be combative. And that like Nick is one of these cats where it's like it's a pleasure to shed with him because he has all the chops in the world, but we're having a conversation and it's like I'll play something that's like this certain type of thing and he'll be like, oh shoot, okay, and then he'll get a smile and he'll be like, all right, that and then like we'll go on like a tangent, and that's a beautiful thing. And it's very rare to have your capability, but that level of caringness and discipline too. So
thank you. I gotta shout out the village, bro. That's how I was raised. I didn't even know it was rare. I had an uncle that would pull up when I was too young to go to the sheds, when they would all set up their cameras in one of the big homies' basement, whether that was Nissan, Jamie, whoever it was. Everybody with their own kit before leaving, had to learn a chop and share a chop.
Yeah.
So we're not leaving with no new vocabulary.
Right.
We're not leaving. I had an uncle that would pull up on Saturdays when the band would just rehearse after the praise team, show me like the new chops that they came up with. Bruh, he wouldn't leave until I can play it slow, play it in shout music because of how fast it was, and then flip it.
Ooh.
Like until you can flip it, you don't understand it.
Yep.
And I need to see it slow and fast so I know you understand the pattern within it, and then do your thing, and then I can go.
Yeah.
And so when you grow up like that, I don't understand how we could come to a shed and I only want to hear that you can't play what I just played. That's weak.
Yep.
We don't grow like that.
Yeah.
You already know what time we on.
Yep. I love flipping shit all day.
Come on, man. Now we both learned something new.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, Nick. Peace.